You think UCF playing Pitt will be a good game this week?
No. I think UFC realizes that they've gained enough traction early.
UFC?
UCF has gained. Sometimes I'm dyslexic. Don't judge.
I
That's
was
a
just gonna. I was about to
disability.
ask if we were talking about
That's
Ultimate Fighting for a second
That's a
there.
disability, Reno. That's a hate crime. That UCF is at a point now where they realize, all right, we're ranked 12 week 3. If we're going to make a statement for us to be involved in the final discussion, this is now the season. I think they play like someone has stolen money from them and they just start horsewhipping everyone they get a chance to. I think if you're a Power 5 team, even if you're a bottom feeder Power 5 team, if you're a Power 5 team on their schedule right now, they are going to make a statement on you and they're going to try to beat you by 50 points.
Yeah.
And I think Pitt will be someone they try to hang like 40 on.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
Pitt also like obnoxiously beats a ranked team every year, even if they aren't good, and it's just kind of like I could see them taking this game, but at the same time, I just can't. With Rams versus Cleveland.
Rams.
I'm also going to take the Rams.
I don't care what Rooster says.
Bears versus Washington.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
Let's see. It's in Washington. The Bears are a 4-point favorite. It's probably not good for them. Bears probably the better team, but their offense is very suspect.
The only thing that is like pushing that pick is the fact that they got a really good defense.
Dude, it's so wild. So here are the season leaders comparison. Trubisky is 42 of 72 with 348 yards passing and 1 interception. And then you have Case Keenum, 56 for 81, 601 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. It's like, who's the better team? Like, how are the Bears doing that? That doesn't make sense to me.
You would, Brett. You just are going to pick whoever the Cowboys are playing. You're never going to pick the Cowboys.
Who'd he pick?
He took the Rams and the Dolphins, and that's it. And Rooster didn't like my pick at the Rams.
So for real, Trubisky hasn't thrown a touchdown pass yet.
Nope, they've been kicking field goals left and right, man.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
They went with the double doink at the end of the season last year, and now they're doing nothing but kicking field goals.
Oh, I don't like that. Ooh, do I go against the Bears?
I mean, it could go either way, really.
I'm going
because the Redskins have been throwing the ball a lot, and they can move the ball with that. Who's that dude from? I think he's from Ohio State, isn't he? That McLaurin kid. I may be dreaming that, but he's. I mean, they're throwing the ball to him and moving the ball, but.
Wow.
Yeah. He's fast.
You know what? Everyone's going Bears. Now I just feel like I have to do it to be a rebel.
he's gonna go the Redskins.
I'm going Matthew Berry's. I'm going Matthew Berry's favorite team, the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins. Okay, Houston versus the Chargers.
I'm gonna take Chargers.
You're gonna take Chargers?
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
You realize Melvin Gordon still isn't playing for them, right?
I'm aware Melvin Gordon's not there. Austin Eckler's been doing a stand-up job there without him.
He has been doing a pretty good job. Let's see. And this is at
He's really
Los
making
Angeles.
his holdout a little less effective.
This is at Los Angeles, so I feel like Shane's probably right. The home team probably wins. But do I want
the
to?
Texans definitely can. They have the offense ability to do so. If you watch the Saints-Texans game, that was nuts. What they did in the final 2 minutes. So I mean,
okay, let's process.
It really could go either way.
Let's process this. Who has the better quarterback? Deshaun Watson or Phillip Rivers? Who's better?
I'm gonna say Deshaun.
I think it's almost chalk at this point. I feel like it's almost like
Yeah.
who knows? Who has the better running back? Carlos Hyde or Duke Johnson versus Austin Eckler? I feel like you give that one to Eckler. Who's got the better receiver? DeAndre Hopkins versus Keenan Allen.
Gotta think you give that to Hopkins.
It's so close. I feel like this is so close for like all of them. It's oof. Yeah. Oof. I'm gonna go Houston, man, just to keep it spicy.
Keeping it spicy.
Detroit versus Philly.
I'm a bad Cowboys fan. I don't even know who the Eagles played last week.
They played the Falcons in one of the weirdest, dumbest
They lost.
games
Yeah, that's right. I remember. Okay,
ever,
yeah.
where everyone threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
And then threw for 3 touchdowns. It didn't make any sense.
And who did Detroit play last week?
Detroit played whoever they played, they won. I forgot who they played.
I'm gonna take Detroit.
Detroit played the Chargers last week and won 13-10.
I'm gonna take Detroit.
So they played a little defensive ball there, which they had a really good defense running against Arizona before the wheels fell off of that game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Comparison. Matthew Stafford, Carson Wentz. They've done about the same. Kerryon Johnson versus Josh Howard. Kerryon's probably a little bit better, but both have done the same. Galladay versus... Wow, Deshaun Jackson is the leading receiver for them.
Yeah, because he went off in the first game.
They don't have any receivers, right?
They got Alshon Jeffrey.
Well, no, like they've got Alshon Jeffrey, but isn't like half their receiving corp injured right now?
I believe so.
Let's see. Alshon Jeffrey's questionable. I want to say there was another receiver. Maybe they've been cleared. But I thought Deshaun Jackson was also questionable, and I thought everyone. I thought it was especially everyone except for Nelson Aguilar. I think Aguilar was the only one that wasn't injured, right?
Yeah.
So I think if it's Aguilar and Alshon Jeffrey, Philly should probably win. I think if it's Aguilar and no one else of name recognition, maybe you fade and give it to Detroit.
Oh yeah, they have Ertz too.
It's a home game. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Is that who you picked?
No, I picked the Lions.
All right, I'll go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Carolina versus Arizona. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Rooster, that was just for NFL. So I think our overall, what was our overall picks? It was like 17 and.
So if you counted
NFL and college together,
NFL and college, here's how things look. It's 16-10 versus 17-9. Reno killed me in college because I picked against the Pac-12, and they happened to win basically all their games last week, except for the BYU USC game, which we both happened to pick the same.
Yeah.
But NFL, I smoked Reno last week.
Yes, you did.
Smoked him good. I gave him a smoke and a pancake.
I'm with you, Chad. I can't honestly pick the Eagles and not throw up.
Well, I think it's home field advantage, and I think if everyone's healthy, I think Philadelphia probably fields the better team slightly, right? Both quarterbacks, can you argue that you reliably trust either one? Matthew Stafford disappoints. Carson Wentz will eventually disappoint. He's waiting to get injured. Their running backs, are you really sold on either running back at this point in time? Mm-hmm. Neither of them have went for more than 60 yards in any of the games so far.
Yeah.
Receiving core, you don't know who Philly's going to trot out there right now, even though you know that you like Zach Ertz over... Well, I don't know. Detroit has pretty good tight ends now. That guy they got from Iowa?
Yeah.
Hoskins or whatever? Hawkinson?
Yeah.
He's looking pretty good. I don't know if I put Galladay over Alshon Jeffries. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Philly. Carolina versus Arizona. Someone has to win this game. And does Cam Newton show up looking like he just got done at the boutique? Like what? What was that attire?
Probably.
What was that, dude?
He's a weirdo, man. He's always wearing something weird.
He looked like a grandma on like an off day that gave up.
Like she found a quilt that she started and didn't finish, and then decided to just like throw that around, and that's
He got style,
what
guys.
it-
Come on, what?
kind of style is that? What do you call that?
So, I would agree. I think the head wrap was the one that just kind of like threw me off, and like I don't know. I thought the dreads kind of looking like the upwards ponytail, or like the locks kind of looking like upward ponytails. It's just a weird style. True. I do agree with that. I think Cam Newton is getting really close to being in that circle that you put Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, and a couple of other quarterbacks. Like, how many more hits can this guy realistically take? Like he's rushed for -5 yards this season, which is unheard of for him. And I don't think it's necessarily that he's playing smarter. I just don't think he has the ability to run right now, or he's scared to run.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he can keep taking hits. I don't think.
I think his peak has already passed, and
I think he's rocked. I think he's shell shocked right now. Ben has no contact injury. Dude, his body's also taken. Like he was so commended for how like tough he was, but his body has to just be ruined at this point, right?
oh yeah,
Like,
oh yeah.
dude was a big bear anyway, so he was already hurting his body just playing. Because that's the unfortunate thing. Like, some of these guys that are just huge and big, like, they're hurting themselves just existing, playing, like running.
Contact sports.
Like, not even the contact, just the running is literally deteriorating their body faster than us average fucks. Like, and then you throw in the fact they're getting hit by other monstrous people. Like, their shelf life gotta be wrecked, dude. I would still take Newton over Murray. I don't disagree with that, mainly because I don't trust Murray.
I was going to go Carolina anyway because I feel like Kyler Murray has, he's had some bright spots and they haven't got a win yet, but I feel like Carolina will put it together this week.
So I think Carolina, if you look at some of the breakdown stuff, probably has the better team. But like you can shut Christian McCaffrey down and you shut down pretty much the offense. Yeah,
their offense is done.
Because we saw that last week.
They have become so one-dimensional. It's like watching the Giants.
Where is it a home game for? Who's it a home game for? I like to pick me some home teams every now and then.
I don't think Arizona has a very good defense. No.
It's at Arizona.
If Detroit put up that tie they had, Detroit put up a ton of points on them. But
Arizona is the 2.5 favorite. It's not reassuring. Yeah, I don't think they can stop McCaffrey. Let's see. New Orleans versus Seattle.
Last week I would have picked New Orleans, but I'm going to take Seahawks.
So I'm going to take the Seahawks too, but can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who's the best receiver on Seattle's team?
Probably Tyler Lockett.
I want to say I feel like DK Metcalf is getting there.
Yeah, he's there too.
I think DK Metcalf is getting to the point where I think he's probably he should eventually be the better receiver, and I think eventually as in this season. I think before this season is over, DK Metcalf will be the better receiving option in Seattle.
Yeah.
And that may mean absolutely jack shit because Russell Wilson also gets smashed way too much every game. It's kind of like, how much more does he have left? Yeah. And like, he's a tough son of a gun because he's littler than all these other guys, and he just keeps.
He's like little bitty and taking all these hits, He
just keeps popping right back up. So, but yeah, so I'm picking Seattle. I'm curious to know. I'm just curious who your thoughts were on because yes, Lockett's their number one receiver, but DK, man, he is. And like he
He was good at what was he last year? Jacksonville. He was good at Jacksonville last year, but it's Jacksonville. I think you put him with a good QB, and man, he'll succeed.
He suffered and was that an ACL?
I don't remember.
Well, he calls himself Wolverine now because he came back like way before his timeline for being cleared is, and now he's basically throwing defensive backs around. Like, dude, the dude ran through people, like pushed them, like was just like get out of my way. I have things to do, and you're in it. And you don't see a lot of receivers.
You're in my way.
You don't see a lot of receivers doing that anymore.
Yeah, you're right. It is a safe pick because would you trust the Saints offense without Drew Brees?
Yeah.
That's a big missing piece to that offense.
Yeah, I wish I could go spicy and pick New Orleans. And I think if this was before,
if Drew Brees was still playing, yeah, that'd be a tougher pick.
I think if this was the week 2 pick and not the week 3 pick, so we were going into this thinking Drew Brees was going to be playing, it'd probably be. I
might have taken Saints. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have taken the Saints, even though Seattle at home is always kind of, even if it doesn't have the same shine that it once did, does kind of have they got the 12th man. Granted, they don't have the Legion of Boom anymore, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think Teddy is a game manager. If the defense can make some plays, Seattle's beatable. Yeah, sure. I don't disagree. I don't know. I think something gets broken in the Saints when they lose Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I think morale goes down. I think
they don't have their bell cow.
Yeah. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm sometimes wrong. I'm mostly wrong. My pick'ems, I'm 16 for 10. I know I'm wrong sometimes. I'm very understanding of this. And then lastly, probably the best game, and probably will be the most exciting game to watch. Baltimore versus Kansas City.
And this is at
Kansas City.
I'm going to take Kansas City. I don't think that'll be that's not an easy win for Baltimore to go into KC and win. Like, I think the Chiefs are going to be too much.
Let's see. So right now, Baltimore.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Rooster.
Averaging.
Lamar Jackson's having like Madden numbers, like it's stupid what he's doing. But that being said, I don't think he's enough to beat the Chiefs.
So what were how the last games break down for the Chiefs? So Chiefs crushed Jacksonville, Ravens crushed Miami. Chiefs beat handedly Oakland. Ravens beat Arizona by 6. Yeah, what does the spread look like? They got Kansas City as a 6.5. Matchup predictor, ESPN has them 71.8% to win for the Chiefs. Let's see. I like Ravens rushing attack better. I think Patty Mahomes is the better quarterback. Lamar Jackson might be the better athlete.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't even think it's a question. I think I like the receiving core of the Chiefs better.
Steve Spagnuolo. Oh, dead gummit Ashton.
No. It feels weird. It feels weird to go against Kansas City, so I don't think I can. I know that's not fun. I need to have more splits with Reno. So realistically, the games that will be intriguing for us will be Chicago versus Washington because we split on that. Chargers versus Texans, we split on that. Lions versus Eagles, we split on that. So those 3 will be the ones that make or break who wins the NFL picks this go around.